Well, it might look good, but it might taste horrible. The proof is in the pudding. Let's wait and see. We're going to cut this up and eat some of it with our evening meal for tea. Oh, it smells so good. Why didn't I learn to make fresh bread sooner than this? Incredible. So because we're self-isolating, obviously we're going to start running out of things, particularly food. And as it turns out, we're actually pretty much all out of bread. In fact, we are completely out of bread. So today, I'm going to make some bread. And luckily, I've got two little helpers. Would you like to help me make some bread, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Cookies.
Cookies as well?
And cakes.
And cakes as well?
And cupcakes.
And cookies and cupcakes?
Yeah.
What's a cupcake? Cupcake?
Yeah.
Maybe. So we're going to make some bread and maybe some cookies or a cake or some cupcakes, yeah? Alright, let's see how we get on. So we actually ran out of bread yesterday morning, and it's quite annoying because that's what I like to eat for breakfast. Now, because we're self-isolating, I can't just pop up to the shop like I usually would to pick up a loaf of bread, although the temptation is really, really high. It would be very simple, but I keep having to remind myself and the rest of my family that these are not usual times. And in fact, I can't just go to the shop. It would be irresponsible. The advice from the government is to self-isolate. So I decided to give it a go, making bread for the first time in my life. And what's great about this recipe is that there are actually only 5 ingredients, and they are flour, yeast, salt, sugar, and water. So I just sent the boys outside for 5 minutes while I got everything ready and prepared. Alright, you boys ready to make some flour?
Yeah.
Let's check that we've got all the ingredients. I'm going to go through all the ingredients and you tell me if we've got them on the table, okay?
Yeah.
Have we got some yeast?
Yeah.
Yeast. Check. Sugar?
Yeah.
Check. Salt?
Yeah.
Check. 2 cups of warm water.
Yeah.
1, 2. 5.5 to 6 cups of flour. Fred, have you got some flour there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you lift it up? Oh, strong boy. Flour. And some corn flour for dusting. So, let's do this. What we need to do, according to the instructions, in a large bowl, mix together the yeast, salt and water. So you boys can do this. Fred, I'm going to need you to get me a spoonful of sugar. Jensen, I need you to get me a spoonful of salt. And I'm going to get us some yeast, 1 tablespoon. It's alright, we'll clean it up later. Right, chuck that in the bowl. In the bowl. Good lad. In you go then. Yeast. Now let's put some yeast. Well, we're going to see in a moment because that's exactly what we're going to do next. So let's put this over here, and this is our yeast. A little bit more. That'll be enough. So we'll put the yeast in there and just splash more because these spoons aren't too big. So that's a tablespoon of yeast, a tablespoon of salt, and a tablespoon of sugar. Great. So we can take this off now. We don't need these anymore. Okay. So it says the next thing that we need to do is to pour in the water. Now you can do one, Fred, and you can do one, Jensen. Do it carefully, please. Okay, pour all the water in slowly. You can't do it. Do you want me to help you? There we go. Pour it in.
The little water.
Pour it in.
The water spilled out.
Spilled a little bit of water.
Yeah.
And so it says here, in a large bowl, mix together the yeast, sugar, salt and water. Let this stand until the yeast is dissolved. Can you remember what it means, dissolved?
It just changes its...
Yeah? Changes its form. Okay, so this yeast is currently a solid. And when it dissolves, it's going to become...
Solid.
Is it going to become a gas?
No.
What's it going to become then? If it's not a gas,
No.
and it's not a solid, what's water? A liquid. Alright, so we have to wait for this yeast to dissolve. It doesn't say how long this will take, so let's just be a little bit patient and wait for it to dissolve. Has it all dissolved?
Yeah. Hello. to the camera.
That's alright, you can talk to the camera.
Yeah, can watch at you. Hello, Mr. Camera. Hello. Hello, Mr. Camera. How do I stay? Today we are making bread.
So, next up is to put our flour in here with our water. So we need 5.5 cups. I'll measure it out, okay, and you can pour it in. But we're going to do it gradually, okay? Yeah. So slowly, not all at once, alright? So don't throw it in there straight away. Let me fill up your cup. Right, so it says that we need to gradually add the flour 1 cup at a time to the liquid and mix thoroughly. So, Jensen, pour it in. Half of it in, please. That's it. Pour it in. Whole cup, all of it. I said half, but yeah, let's chuck it all in. Go on, chuck it in. All of it. Give it a tap. Give it a tap. So I'm going to mix this one. It says 1 at a time, so let's mix this one first. Let's use a whisk. So let's use our electric mixer instead. Sorry. That's not going to work, is it? Oh my gosh. I've never made bread before, can you tell? If I put it on an angle, that's not going to work, is it? I'm just being lazy. Ah, it is going to work. That's not going to work.
This is the old-fashioned way you're doing it.
The old-fashioned way of doing it, that's right.
Get
We've got to get our hands dirty, haven't we? And do it the old-fashioned way. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Huh?
Someone's at the door. So, the package arrived for the wife.
Mummy, wife.
For the bread knife.
Oopsie. Step on the floor. No, I didn't. I just spilled it on the table.
What do you like with your little laugh?
Daddy,
Yeah.
you're very dirty.
I'm very dirty.
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to use my hands now. This is the fun part.
What's fun?
This is the fun part, eh?
What's the fun part?
I'm being sarcastic, Jensen. It's not really very fun. It's messy. Okay, boys. Thank you very much for your help. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Alright, go wash your hands, please. Alright, so next up, it says that I need to knead it. So that means I need to fold the far edge of the dough, that's what we've got here now, bread dough, cookie dough, for example. Fold the edge of the dough back over on itself towards you. Let's give it a go. First, I've got to get it out of here. So I'm putting it down onto a floured surface. And I've never really kneaded bread before, or dough. So I believe you do it like this, and then back over, and then down, and then twist it round, and down, and round, and down, and round, and down, so on. I've got to do this for 5 minutes. See, okay, so that's 5 minutes. Now it says I've got to let it rest while I clean out this bowl with some olive oil. I think that's risen. Well, that's as long as I'm going to leave it. So now, in the bowl, and with a damp cloth, a damp tea towel, rather. Let's just rinse all the water out of here, out of this tea towel, and then, well, say goodbye to it for 2 hours. So I'm going to take the kids for a long walk and burn off some of their excess energy. Alright, so I just got back from a long walk in the countryside with the boys. It's pretty cold outside today, pretty bitter, so that's why I've got all hat hair now. So here we go, as you can probably already see, it's definitely risen. Let's have a look. Wow. So now I'm supposed to punch it down, or take it out, punch it down and knead it a little again some more just to get all the air out of it. So let's do that now. You can trust that I'll wash my hands. Wow, it's like so full of air, it's crazy. I'm going to take this bad boy out. And it said, the instructions said that I should now knead this a little bit more. So I'll just put that there. Quite satisfying. I reckon I'll do it. Where's my knife? And now, cut it in half. I'm going to shape it into 2 bread loaves. Now, annoyingly, I'm supposed to put these onto some grease-proof paper, but this is all we have. I thought we had a full packet, but we don't. And given the fact that we're in quarantine, I can't exactly pop to the shop and get some more. So this is a little bit of a quandary what to do. So I'm going to put a little bit of margarine here on the outsides of this baking tray and then just put my 2 bread loaves on there. I've got no idea if this is going to work. This might be an absolute disaster, and this is the first time I've ever made bread. Well, actually, I think I made bread once when I was a teenager at school, but it's a long time ago now and it's hard to remember. But hopefully it won't be a total disaster, and at least I'll be able to eat some bread next week, because at the moment we're not able to get any bread, obviously. So there we go. Hopefully that stops it sticking. If not, I suppose I'll just be able to cut off the bottom of the bread loaf that's stuck to the tray. So now I should shape these. Just give my hands a quick wash. Should be able to shape these bits of dough into 2 bread loaves. Probably not going to look very pretty, are they? Anyway, it's sort of hard to tell really. I'm not quite sure how big they're going to be, so I'm thinking like this. So, go in the oven. (200°C) for 35 to 45 minutes, and apparently we'll have some bread. Let's see how it turns out. Well, so far so good. We're almost 15 minutes in and it's looking pretty good, to be honest. I'm surprised. Let's hope it doesn't go wrong. Alright, it's the moment of truth. Let's see what we got. Wow. So there we are, bread. Oh my god, it smells absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to cut it open and have a butcher's, see what it's like on the inside. But I shouldn't get too excited right now, I guess, because, well, it might look good, but it might taste horrible. The proof is in the pudding. Let's wait and see. We're going to cut this up and eat some of it with our evening meal. Right, let's see how it looks. Decent. Looks alright, this. What do you reckon, Janelle? Alright?
Yeah, might be kind of lovely. Smell. Wow.
The bread knife has given me her approval, so we'll see how it tastes in a little while. Alright, so I said the proof is in the pudding. What do you reckon, guys? How's the bread?
Really nice. I like it.
Bread?
I'm impressed.
You like it?
Yeah.
Happy? So we're having homemade bread with homemade pilmeni, a Russian cuisine that my wife made for us. You don't need to wave. Well, in conclusion, the bread was pretty tasty, to be honest, and it's really good to know that I can make bread, because I think in the coming months it's very possible that I'm going to need to know how to make bread. So I didn't intend this to be a cookery lesson, and I'm sure you're probably watching me cooking and thinking, what is he doing? But I hope that during this vlog I managed to teach you some English and also teach you how to make bread. I'm not sure. Cheers for watching. See you now. Bye bye.